In a genuine relationship, you give alert attention with no wanting whatsoever. You are fully present, being there without any expectation, without any wanting. Be interested rather than interesting. So all these three characters of wanting, thwarted wanting, and indifference is a trait of an egoic relationship. Tenth is ego is always governed by fear. The underlying activity that governs all ego is fear. Fear of nobody, fear of death, fear of non-existence, fear of money. When you don't have money, you wanted money. When you have money, it is the fear of losing money. So ego always likes to live in fear. That's why you can't trust life. The fear of life, the fear of death. Even while you're living, your fear of death controls is always there, alive in you. Right? The fear of life comes from the fear of death. The fear of life stems from the fear of death. That's why you're not able to live fully. That's why you're not able to trust life, to have faith in life, to have faith in law of attraction or in the process. Where there is fear, there is no faith. Faith is unconditional trust, right? But ego loves to live in fear. When everything is fine, all of a sudden some fear will come up. What if this doesn't happen? What if this? Because ego wants to survive. Ego wants to live alive. If you have no fear, if you lose fear, ego will lose itself. So ego is always governed by fear. Ego loves fame. That's why it always seeks fulfillment from outside. And the more they seek fulfillment from outside, in actually true sense, it is only superficial happiness. But from inside, they become more and more unhappy. Because more and more they are alienating themselves from the self. The more you seek happiness from outside, the more you believe that others' opinions, others' views, other likes, dislikes will give you happiness. The more you are actually alienating from yourself. If their positive comments makes you happy, the negative comment will make you unhappy. Right? We see film stars, politicians, religious leaders. A lot of people you see, they love dropping names, right? Oh, I know this person, I know this person, I know this person. Trying to show how influential I am. But that is what ego does. The thing is, deep down, they are alienated from their self. That's why they need to drop all the names. To empower, that's why ego likes that, to empower itself. Ego loves you to believe that when you will become famous, then you will be happy. But actually, when you become famous, when you thought that you'll be happy, you realize, oh, you are unhappy. All the while, when you thought that will make you happy, now you are unhappy. You are not fulfilled. Somehow that fulfillment is missing. That satisfaction is missing. That's why success without fulfillment is an ultimate failure. So no matter what position you are, what power you have, what is important is to practical humility. Practice humility. Practice radical humility. Ego resists present moment. The only thing that ego do not want is the present moment. Otherwise, ego loves wanting. But the only thing that ego do not want is the present moment. For an ego, when you're operating for ego, the present moment is always boredom, very boring. You feel uneasy, you feel anxiety, you feel restless, you feel dissatisfied with the present moment. But life, the present moment is equal to life. Simple, present moment is equal to life. Because life is nothing but slices of present moment. So that means ego resists life. If ego is resisting the present moment, and you will always live in the present moment, life can only be experienced in the present moment. So that means ego is resisting the life itself. That means life itself is the ego's greatest enemy. That's why sometimes we feel justified worrying. Oh, I am worrying because this is this. And naturally, and I am right in worrying because worry pretends to be necessary. It is the ego which makes you believe that it is necessary to worry. And that's how you have made your relationship with time. Our relationship as time has been now defined from our ego. We always postpone happiness. We always postpone happiness, forgetting that today is the tomorrow you dreamt about yesterday. Yesterday's today's memory, and tomorrow is today's dream. And the same thing will always keep following it. Yesterday is today's memory, and tomorrow is today's dream. But that dream that you're thinking about tomorrow will always come as today. That yesterday, which is your memory, that also you experienced only as today. But ego makes you believe that no, something will come. Tomorrow better is going to happen. That's why you're always waiting in your life, waiting. For everything you are in waiting. Waiting necessarily means that you want the next moment and not this moment. So don't wait for things to get better. Life will always be complicated. Learn to be happy right now. Because now is the only now is the only moment. You only live in the now. The whole life is about now. But so many times the memories of the of the past, the reminiscent of the old mental images obscures the present moment. Clouds, it clouds the present moment. But the truth is the power is always in the now. That's what Eckhart Tolle says, right? The power of now. The power is always in the now. This moment is all there is. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better than this moment. And what you think is time, one is the chronological time, another is the psychological time. The psychological time is actually does not exist beyond the realm of human mind. The moment you stop thinking, the time stops. Because you're thinking either in the past or in the present. If you enjoy what you're doing, how you don't realize time, right? But if you resist what you're doing, that 1 hour feels like 10 hours. When you meditate, you say, oh, I didn't realize I meditated for 1 hour. It felt like 10 minutes. So that means time is psychological. Actual time is psychological. So this present moment, we always live in the present, we always live in the now. Experience takes place only in the present moment. And beyond experience, nothing exists. There's nothing exists beyond experiences. And that experience takes place only in the present moment. The only way you experience life is in the present moment. But we are living in a culture which is hypnotized by the illusion of time, in which the so-called present moment is felt as nothing. Our consciousness is almost constantly occupied either by the memory of the past or of the expectation of the future. So that means you take present moment as nothing. We do not realize that there never was, is, and never will be any experience than the present experience. There will never be any other experience. Never was, never is, and never will be ever any experience other than the present experience. Because when that time comes, you only experience as a present experience. Experience takes place only in the present moment. And beyond experience, nothing exists. The present is a presence to you, is a present to you. The presence is a present to you. When you are completely in the present moment, when you drop your thoughts, when you practice cessation of thoughts, create gaps in your streaming of your thoughts, you come in the present moment. Because past and present only exist in the thoughts. The moment the thoughts recede, past and future recedes. Past and future only exist in the thoughts. The moment the thoughts recedes, the past and future recedes. Because of the thoughts, either we are living in the past present or the future present. But actually it's all in the present. So moment the thoughts recede, you are in the present moment. And that will give you insights. When you're fully in the present moment, that gives you insights. That is when you feel whole. Wholeness is equal to healing. When you feel whole, you heal. Physical healing naturally follows. But ego always resists present moment. Ego always believes that, oh, you are this personality. There's a difference between walking as a person and walking as presence. But once you embrace presence, once you learn to walk as a presence, once you learn to always live in the now, then you don't have to preach in your life. You are the prayer. And presence does not mean just with your body. It's not just mental. I'm talking about not just mental presence, but also with your body, full body. Even our movement is always like is a means of going from one place to another, reaching somewhere. Last summer I went to Netherlands. In front of a pub, there was one board. It was written there, free beer tomorrow. Free beer tomorrow. I went the next day. Again it said free beer tomorrow. Said tomorrow never comes. We are living a life like that only. The ego makes us believe, oh, there's going to be a free beer tomorrow. Free beer tomorrow. And that's why meditation is such a powerful tool to bring you back into the present moment, to dissolve your ego. Because when the thoughts recede, when there's cessation of thoughts, the past and future recedes, and then you are in the present moment. Past and future only exist in the mind as thoughts. And when you're in the present moment, that is when you do the right thing, not the reactive thing. Because that reaction is always coming from the past or anticipation of the future. That is when you respond. When you're in the present moment, you do the right thing, not the reactive thing. So even while manifestation, sometimes excessive focus on the desired outcome can actually stress you in the present moment. Then the whole meaning is lost. That's why I say emotionalize. You use your future memory to emotionalize and feel good so that you're feeling good in the present moment. But if your objective of your goal or if your focus on what you want to manifest in your life is stressing you in the present moment, then the whole purpose is lost. It has to become a journey of joy, the journey of fun. Because the purpose is always in the future, right? So that's why sometimes, so excessive focus on the desired outcome. I'm not seeing the outcome. I want this to happen. But don't forget that that will also come in the form of present moment. So be happy now. When in the present moment, then you get the powerful impulse. What is it that wants to be created? What is it that universe wants to create through me? And then you are in the service of that. So ask not what you want to do. Ask what the universe want me to do. Want to do through me. And just by embodying presence, you teach presence. Not by words. Words don't teach. By embodying presence, you teach presence. When that shepherd came to the Buddha, Buddha was just in the present moment. By embodying presence, he taught the presence. That's how you can help others. That's how you can teach others. Ego feels always that he's alone. He's lonely. Ego always feels lonely. And because it feels lonely, it always needs distraction. That's why loneliness, people who have a lot of ego, the loneliness bites them. It's painful. Loneliness is a pain of being alone. Solitude is a pleasure of being alone. That's why they always need distraction. That's why politicians need always people around them. If there's no crowd to listen to them, they'll be depressed. Right? But same thing with politicians, religious leaders. There's not much difference. So egoic people hate solitude. But an enlightened person, a master, makes use of it. They love solitude. They embrace their loneliness, their aloneness. Because they know, because that is the time when they become one with the whole universe. They tune into that with the quantum field. They connect to their source. What a great time. So next is ego always loves to seek approval from others. So ego always does things for the approval of others. Seeks constant attention and verification. Does things to prove to others through some work or some service. So others drown their own inner voice. What others want from me? How will I get that validification? How will I seek their attention? By doing this, I'll get the attention. It could be anything, your body shape, your body weight, academics, sports, achievements. Ego wants everything to do in reference to others. But be ourselves, be that reference. Be the best version of yourself. Not in comparison to others. When you try to focus on others in comparison to others, you become stranger to yourself. It's better to appear strange to others. It's better to appear strange to others than to be stranger to yourself. But ego always likes to see itself in how others perceive it. And the worst is, Ego only decides how others are perceiving it. How others perceive them is very different from what ego thinks that how others are perceiving them. Again, it distorts its own perception and others' perception for itself. So let me give you an example. I think I am A. I think I am A. Now others think I am B. But I think that others think I am C. That's why I think I am C. So, but neither what I really think I am, I'm not even thinking that. What actually others think, even that I'm not thinking. But because I think others think that I am C, so that's what I think that I am. And that's how I respond, that's how I behave. I may think I'm a good spiritual teacher. You may be thinking, stupid guy, boring us. It's not even giving us a lunch break for so long. So I am not what I think. I am not what you think. I am what I think you think I am. I'll repeat. I am not what I think. I am not what you think. I am what you think I am. And this is how we live our life. We live a life to live a life in conformity with the norms of others, with the norms of society. But a lot of times, don't you know that the norms of the society are built by people who are very, very egoistic? Who are at a different level of consciousness. And they have made the rules, the regulations, and we follow that norm. We conform to that norm. A lot of things that we see as morality. The opposite of courage is not cowardice, but conformity. So, be aware. If the world thinks, oh, financial success is the only way of success, but maybe not. See what excites your spirit, what gives you joy. We try to do things when others will applaud you. Because that is, if I do this, then I'll get applaud from people. Work for a cause, not for applause. Because that excites you. The cause gives you joy, not their applause. And when you break that norm, the conformity, when you go against the conformity of the norm, which is treated as the norm of the society, you will be ridiculed. Every genius was ridiculed before they were revered. But that's what makes you unique. So the goodness of your life does not come from someone else. That's why there is no reason and no need to play up to another or try to remain good or try to remain in others' good graces. The goodness of your life comes from you, from your inner being. That's why comparing yourself with others will leave you vulnerable. Comparing yourself with others will always leave you vulnerable. It will leave you vulnerable on 3 counts. You will either feel inferior, superior, or impressed. Wow, I am impressed with this person. Either you feel inferior to that person, or either you feel superior to that person, or you feel impressed with that person. And all these 3 states are dangerous. Because they all disregard the underlying principle of your true connection with yourself, with each other, of mutual love and regard, based on independently generated self-esteem. The self-esteem does not come from others. It should be independently generated, irrespective of the other person, not because it is in comparison with others. When you learn to stay centered in your own elevated self-respect, you will remain undisturbed by others around you. Ramdas said, I can do nothing for you. I can do nothing for you but work on myself. You can do nothing for me but work on yourself. So it's our path, our journey, and our journey alone. Everybody has to work on themselves. And the beauty is when you are content to be simply yourself, and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. You want to earn respect? Don't compare, don't compete, simply be yourself. Simply be content with yourself. Be content with simply yourself. Be you. Be you, and the world will adjust. It's a choice, you choosing you. So remain in your own by not betraying yourself. Simply speak your truth with gentleness and love. With gentleness and love. And have the courage to speak your truth. Because what you seek is not outside of you. It is not a gift from the other person. It is yours to give, not to take. Lao Tzu said, when you accept yourself, the whole world accepts you. But the ego always dodges you. The world has to accept me.